Welcome to Washington, D.C. I'm actually here early in the morning on Pennsylvania Avenue. Today the weather is, I think, top is going to be 50 degrees. It was kind of 32 to 35 in the morning. There is no snow at the moment here. But as you can see, you kind of need a big jacket, right? And this area here is just full of these government buildings here. Over here you find lots of, as you can see here, big buildings everywhere, pretty much. And I think it has been like that for 200 years, just full of administrative stuff here. And I will find out if I can how close I can go, because I see a sign over here that says the area closed. I don't know why it's closed though. I mean, security, of course. Everything here is about security. You see police everywhere, guards, and maybe they are doing some kind of renovation here. This is pretty much the White House area, where you have the president, and they have like a security perimeter right here. I see police cars down here, and it's really hard to kind of see behind this white, maybe temporary fence they have been building. Maybe they are doing some stuff here, right? I don't really know. So I will do a little walk here and try to get a glimpse of the center of power in the United States. So Washington, D.C., which is basically this area here, was actually created, over 200 years ago, where they actually got donated land from Maryland and Virginia. And what they did is they actually created a 10-mile square, exactly 100 square miles. And they started to build this federal city here, basically to be able to manage the new country, after the Revolutionary War, right? And that went on for a while, and after some years in the mid 1800s, they actually gave back pretty much half of that land to Virginia. Actually everything on the western side of the Potomac River, that I will try to go and check it out later. But so the remaining part is basically like a half square in the former Maryland area. And as you can see, this is it. It's I see. It's a White House fence replacement project. So I came here at a bad time, but as you can see here, they are actually putting up all these temporary signs here, and actually temporary fencing here, and that will go on for a while. So maybe next time I'm here, then you can get a better glimpse. So if I'm going to the park here, take a look. Yeah. So if I see the president here, I will buy him a cup of coffee. If I can, pass this do not enter area here. I haven't seen him yet though. And it might be quite a while before that is happening here. Anyway, take a look at the building. You see parts of the building here. You see a guy with like a machine gun on the other side of the street. Hello. And it's a nice real estate, dead center here in well, maybe not dead center, but it's really located in this historic district here. And we have behind there we have the Lincoln Memorial, and we have the Washington Memorial. Maybe you can see the obelisk. Yeah, so I'm kind of excited in a weird way to be here. I'm not invited to the White House though. That did not happen, but I kind of hang around here outside the fence. Well, what do you find here besides from government buildings? Well, they have parking structures. They have these, sandwich shops everywhere, and you can also get a cup of morning coffee. And just right next to here we have this little park. They have a statue here. Maybe we can go and take a look at the statue. Why not? I heard the weather will be terrible tomorrow, so I need to see as much as possible today, because when the rain comes down in DC, then it's bad. This little park here is called the Lafayette Square, and everything here I think is kind of a square, right? And inside this park there is a little walkway that goes around here in a kind of a almost oval layout. Not a perfect circle, it's more like egg shaped like that. And I can imagine if you're here in the summertime, this is a very nice hangout place. Another thing you notice here, maybe you see that in the background, is they have all these, perfectly laid out massive streets covering, the central area here of Washington DC. And I need to find out who this guy is sitting here on the statue. Let me see here. Oh, it's Jackson. Okay, Jackson on a horse. And they have these nice looking cannons here surrounding the statue. And you see a lot of people walking here in the park, and because it's early morning here, the city is slowly kind of waking up here. People are on the way to work. The tourists will of course come and show up a little bit later here. And as you can see, the sun is just coming up here behind these trees here. I will continue here on this walkway and go down to the other corner here, because you can actually see, well, this is actually a very nice view, by the way. Take a look at this. I'm standing kind of right in front of the White House here. That's kind of cool. And this building here, they actually started early to build that. And the first guy who actually moved in was John Adams, and he moved in the year of 1800s. And then most presidents ever since and their families have lived in this beautiful White House. And these trees are kind of older. We also have some probably much younger trees here, but it's a nice little park. somebody did some thinking here when they actually created all this. They put up statues and memorials and things all over this city here. So in reality, it's like an executive museum town, right? Everything is historic and everything was built for a purpose. In DC, you also have, the Supreme Court. You have the Congress, and you have the executive power in this building here. So inside this building here is a button, and if you press that button, the whole world will just go up in flames. That's how it is. That's how powerful these guys are. Here's a kind of a different angle here. So what you have here on the other side is, all this security here, and that must be the coldest job in town, right? Especially now in the winter time. Here it's not super cold, but it's cold enough. I mean, they are really well dressed up. They are dressed up and they are just standing there for hours and freezing. And I can imagine it's not that fun, right? It's fun for a while. Yeah, I'm security guard. I work for, I'm guarding the White House. It sounds cool. Maybe you can keep that, as a line in your resume. But if you do that for many years, oh, look at that. Man, that squirrel, I mean, he's basically 2 feet away. He's not even leaving. I guess he has seen people before, right? It's a little presidential squirrel here, right in front of the White House. So what do you think? I mean, you like to live in this house here? It's pretty big. They have, what I can see here, at least 2 floors. I'm not sure if they have a third one, and they have probably some basement floors and some secret dungeons way underground here that is like safe for a nuclear attack or something like that. So it's a pretty interesting place. And up on the roof there, they probably have these missiles or things to protect. And I'm guessing, without knowing, nobody can fly over here, because if you could, that would be like crazy, right? So this is probably a airplane-free zone, right? A no-fly zone. That's just my guessing. And I think to cover this town here, if you really want to make a story about DC here, you need plenty of time, because there is so much history here. There are so many buildings, so many things to check out. So I guess plan on staying here for a while, and you probably need to come back many times. And you also, I think, have to read up on the history, because there are like thousands of pages just describing what happened here for the last 200 years. So you need to be like a history teacher to fully understand half of what happened here in the past. That's my theory. And people are lining up here to actually take these pictures here. Let me just go and kind of film the people taking pictures. As you can see here, they take good memory pictures, selfies, all that stuff. And this guard you see on the other side of the street there, it must be in like 10 million pictures. So there you have it. The White House, where the president and his family lives. By the way, one event that happened here, the English in 1812, they actually came and burned down that White House. So this is not the original house, by the way. They actually kind of destroyed many buildings here in town during that war, and they had to rebuild, of course. And by the way, this is built of sandstone. I read that, and they painted it white, and so it's a solid building. It is really built of stone, so it means it's good quality, right? And I look around here in town here, all these old buildings here, many of them are probably built of some kind of stone, even though this is sandstone, so it is like the best of the best, right? And many things here are, of course, granite, marble, of course, marble everywhere and stuff like that. So yeah, it's interesting. People are hopping behind me here to get that kind of fun picture. Yeah, why not? Coming down here on the other side, kind of you have a side angle. It's a nice little hill here, actually. It's tiny, and somebody parked up there. I wonder who that is. It's a regular car, so it's probably not the president. And they have a sign here saying the nation's most famous address, right there. It probably is. And there is a walkway down there, you can see, all the way down to the Washington Memorial down there. Hello.
Hello. What year did you do Alcatraz? I did that last year.
Well, you swim it?
Yes.
Did you do it?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you do it, yes?
Of course.
What year?
Yeah, this year.
This year?
This year,
Oh,
and the year before.
Wow, I did it 2000 and last year.
Yeah, where are you from?
Wales, UK.
Oh, UK, Wales.
And you?
Oh, Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Fellow Alcatraz.
You swam the
swimmer.
Alcatraz?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you
Amazing.
swim it?
No.
Oh, so did you see any sharks?
We saw it on the telly the night before in the pub, 5 miles away. But no sharks.
Scary, right?
Scary, but it's fantastic.
Will you do it again?
I would love to, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
Did you do it last year?
Did it twice?
This year and the year
last
before.
year.
I've done it
Oh,
twice.
okay.
I would do it again.
Yeah.
I've signed up for.
Have you signed up?
Absolutely. You know, it's a lottery, right? But I was lucky to get in, so very fun.
But I'm doing Ironman Wales for the full distance, and we live in
On
the
the
area.
route.
On the route.
On the route.
I see.
So
I
that's
did
what's-
Arizona here in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a fit guy then?
Yeah, well, you
Give
know,
it a
you,
go.
you try to.
You try.
Yeah.
Try to be.
Yeah.
So you enjoy this place? You came here just to see this?
Yes. Well, we're doing a little tour.
A little tour here. Yeah, okay. Have you been down to the Washington Memorial yet? Or?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
No.
It's on the list, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I will actually go down there right now and check it out. So you guys have a fun time here.
Yes.
Okay, nice to meet you.
See you next time in
next time.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
All right, bye.
I'm a blossom.
Hey, you have a cold job. It's freezing, right? Man, it's cold. Where's the president? He's in Florida now, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. You have a nice day.
All right, you take care.
All right. Oh, here's the Treasury Department. That's a magnificent building. Wow. They manage all your money. All the taxes you pay end up in this building here. Man, they own you guys. And the big question I have, they basically stole your money, right? And this is the only Christmas decoration they can do. They basically spend $10 for these things they put up here. That's how it is. Nothing comes back to you. It's just cheap Christmas stuff. Or maybe they removed it because Christmas is over, so who knows? Hello. Okay, wow. What an interesting building, this red one here. So many things here are kind of really old. I mean, if you compare to other states here, because it's a young country, so you don't really find anything really old because it did not exist, you know, back in the days. But still, this is like you know, in comparison, maybe I should say maybe San Francisco or something like that. I think you find more stuff on the East Coast that has this kind of charm than you would do on the West Coast. So I really like it here. It's cool. It's a nice place. And what street am I on? Okay, this is 15th Street. And if I go down here to the south, we will actually come down to the Washington Memorial. And we have some police action way down there. It's probably nothing, there's some traffic stuff. And this building I'm passing is pretty big actually. It goes down like at least a city block here. So this is the Treasury Department again from the back side. I'm looking north right now. And you know, the location is very strategic here because the president is behind. Maybe you can see the White House to the left. So that's the center of power. And all the cash the power draws in comes to this building here. And here is one of these side gates into the White House area, I think. Or I mean, they might have several gates. But at least that's one area in. And as you can see here, many of these areas are closed here. Not sure if this is just temporary or if this is like a permanent thing. This is the surrounding area here of the White House. It's like a normal city in some ways and very not normal in other ways. Probably because of all the important people here. This town also, you know, because it's a capital, they have so many embassies here. I saw a number that they have at least 177 embassies in town here. So I'm sure, maybe not right here, but spread out in this half square area, they have a lot of these embassies. Besides from having all these embassies, you also have, you know, international organizations, you know, with offices here in town. They have these lobbyist guys and organizations that try to kind of convince politicians to do, you know, crazy stuff, right? And let's see what's happening here. There's a police car right here. It was like in the street. Oh, maybe this is the way in, because this looks like a formal checkpoint. Yeah, as you can see, this is probably where these important people come and go in, and they screen them here, you know, before they go in and have a afternoon tea with the president, right? But everything is done really nicely here, I think. It's clean, nothing crazy is happening. They just do their job and secure the area, because, you know, the world is full of crazy people, so I totally understand that they need to protect this. Otherwise this park would be like jam-packed with these demonstrators and weird people, right? So yeah, who knows? All right. So we have the south lawn here, and in order to go out they have this barrier going down now, as you can see. Somebody's coming out. And from this location where I'm standing right now, you can see the White House, but in the summertime when the trees are green and full of leaves, you would have a hard time, I think, to really see anything here. So the president, he could actually have a picnic right there. And I don't know, why are they standing in the middle of the street, these police cars? Well, I don't know. All I know is it's a very secure area. So I think this is how it looks like, and with this I'm kind of done here by the White House. It's hard to get close, it's hard to really see what's going on, and that's the whole point. I mean, they don't want you to come too close, but at least you have seen it, and is it interesting? Yeah, it is interesting. Next time you're in town, come and spend some time here, walk around, take one lap, and just enjoy. I mean, there are so many things you can learn, and after all, this is the capital of the United States, so at least once in your lifetime you need to come here and see what they are doing with your tax money, right? So good luck doing that, and I will just do something else, like finding a coffee shop. Just after saying that, I actually happen to be on the south side of the White House, and this is also an iconic view here. As you can see, people are lining up here. They are taking these famous shots here, and take a look. Isn't that nice? I mean, you can actually see the entire building much better from here than you could from the north side. So it is really a great backyard, right? Can you imagine if you lived in a house like that? Wow, it's kind of crazy. And with that said, now it's time to go and grab a coffee. It's kind of freezing outside, even though the temperature has actually come up a little bit. It was colder before. So I say goodbye, Mr. President, up there. Goodbye. Okay. And next project will be a Starbucks.